Hey everybody, it is Bethany from Wandering Intentionally. I wanted to just pop in, excuse the really weathered look here. It has been in the 90s for the last 3 days, and being Mainers, we're not used to this. This is not how we roll, at least not until July, and then it's usually only for a week. So obviously, oh, and the bugs are out. We are getting ready to see some thunderstorms coming in tonight that will hopefully cool it down a little bit. But in the meantime, I wanted to take a moment and jump on, let you know what's been going on with the Instacart, with the RVing, and just give you a little heads up on what's been going on, and the keto as well. So, yeah. So, we'll start with the RVing part of it. I'll start with a little bit of news that I just found out. If you have a membership in Harvest Host, that gives you access to be able to stay overnight for free at locations across the United States. There are a lot of locations that have access to it, and what they ask is that you patronize the place that you're going to in return for a place to stay for the night. And the very first night that we RV'd, we did this. We stayed at the Boothbay Harbor Craft Brewery. Hi, Riley. And they were fantastic. They were so fantastic that we went back there this weekend and had a great time. And this time, because it's not that far from us, it's about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe if the traffic's bad, going through Wiscasset, which it's always bad going through Wiscasset. So it's just far enough, so it's away, but it's nice. And we went down. I'll be posting some videos here. I'll insert something so you can see kind of what it looks like. What we had. What happened. Just to give it an idea of the setup there, I cannot speak highly enough about the crew at Boothbay Harbor Craft Brewery. They not only are they the friendliest, most helpful people that I've ever known. Seriously, when we broke down on the first night in our RV, they were so helpful and so nice to us that it made us really want to come back, and that's part of it. That's building those relationships. It's a win-win for them as well. But honestly, even without the RV sites, they'd be doing an awesome business because, one, they have great beer. I'm not a beer drinker, but my husband is, and we went down with my daughter, and her significant other came down and visited us while we were down there. We all went in, sat in the beer garden with the dog, could take the dog in. Poppy, we took Poppy in with us. That's my grand dog. And had a couple of pizzas, and the guys tried out the beers, and just had a fantastic time. It was nice to sit back and relax. You sit out there, and they have chickens. They raise chickens there as well. So the chickens are not supposed to be free range, but they tend to be free range. They go where they want to go. So yeah, so they were wandering around, and there was people in there, like I said, with their dogs, and it was just a really nice night, and the location can't be beat. If you're going to Boothbay Harbor, consider either the Harvest Host, or they have sites. They have, I can't remember if it's 6 or 9 sites that they have that are hookups that you can get in there and do. I think there's 9 that you can do. We had 30 amp service and sewer and water all on our site, and it was a really good price. So I would suggest highly that you keep that in mind. If you're someone who has an electric bike, this is a great location because parking in Boothbay Harbor stinks. Sorry guys, it does. And if you're thinking about driving a camper through there, don't. You don't want to take a camper through the middle of Boothbay Harbor. It's like Bar Harbor. It's too tight. They're old, narrow, winding roads. It's better off not to do that. So in this case, you're actually about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of a mile outside of the actual proper town. You're still in Boothbay, but you're on a quieter end of it. And so it would be a really great place. We saw a lot of people who had e-bikes. They were out there running their e-bikes around. It really makes me want one, but right now is not the time for it. So we had a great time. We actually cooked in our RV, which we haven't been. So we made it a goal to be cooking and trying things out. We're still so new to the RV that we hadn't used a lot of the stuff, so it was nice to be able to use it and try it all out. But it was, like I said, by Sunday morning, it was into the 90s, and we were just sweltering. We did go down on Saturday and walk around the town, and I took some pictures, and like I said, I'm going to insert those. So you can see them. But again, cannot speak highly enough of Boothbay Craft Brewery. It's an experience, and if you want to see, they have a showing area where you can go up and overlook the brewery itself, and you can see how they're doing it. So it's fantastic. Everybody is off the wall, fantastic to deal with. So and it's a family operation, so definitely it's one of those things that I would highly suggest. But that brings me around to Harvest Toast again. If you have a Harvest Toast membership, then you are probably aware that they have merged with Boondockers Welcome. Boondockers Welcome is our free sites for people to boondock for a set amount of time, however long the person says. You can go and stay in somebody's yard. It is usually no services available. It's a place to crash overnight. People enjoy it because they get to meet new people and host them at their house. And yeah, I mean, they're outside. You don't take them into your back bedroom, but definitely you've got a chance to do that. So Boondockers Welcome has merged with Harvest Host. Same idea, except Harvest Host is the businesses. Now, that being said, today Harvest Host issued a statement that they sent out to the people who have memberships, and said, because of issues that people are having with Harvest Host, you need to be aware of certain things. Apparently, let me just get this over here a little bit. My arm was falling asleep. So apparently people are multi-booking the sites, and it's become a problem because they're not canceling them. They're just not showing. And so if you have a business and you expect people to show up and you're not, then that's a loss of business for them. And it hurts them. Even though it's a free site to you, it's a possible business transaction for the businesses that do this. And so what Harvest Host has instituted is they have now said that they're going to give you a 3-strike policy. First time you don't show up, they are going to say, okay, things happen, not going to be able to do it if you don't show up and you don't cancel it. Second time you do that, they're going to give you a phone call and they're going to go, what's going on? Why are you doing this? Is there something the mechanical that is happening that is keeping you from meeting these, getting to these sites and doing this? And the third time, you're going to be banned from Harvest Toast for a year with no refunds. And I totally support this. I think that this is a fantastic idea. The other thing that they're running into is this. People are multi-booking Harvest Toasts in the same area. So say there's 3 within a close proximity, they are booking all 3 for the same night and then not showing up. So that's 3 businesses you have now done in because you found a site you liked better and didn't bother to call them. Not fair, people. Not fair. This was set up as a good way to be able to support these businesses. And coming out of COVID, I can tell you that every business along this coast of Maine, or even inland for that matter, need our businesses. They need our ability to get out there and spend our dollars so that we can keep them going and get through this tough time. So please be respectful. You know, it's more than just a free site. It's livelihood for these people. So please. So that's where I'm going to end on the sermon there for that. I did want to talk a little bit about where I'm going with keto. Not too much going on that. I have definitely, you know, it's really easy to cut back on everything when it's been this hot. So I haven't weighed myself for a while. I'm not going to do that for a while. But I am definitely very mindful. I have not completely cut out the bread. I'm so bad about that. I really need to do that because that's my biggest inflammation trigger. So that is coming. And lastly, Instacart. So I did Instacart up until Friday morning. We left Friday afternoon to go down to Boothbay. And then Monday was so sweltering hot. I said, I really didn't feel good because of it. So I said no. Then this morning, again, I went to get out and my car was having issues. So I went out this morning. My husband came home from work, drove home to help me get my aging Land Rover going. And you know, people think Land Rovers are glamorous. Let me tell you, I have a 2007 and she's almost paid off. But man, they can be like a bratty little kid. If they don't get the attention they want, forget it. You're not going anywhere. So yeah, so he came home and fixed it up for me, got me back on track. I got some orders done this afternoon. You know, half of this is just helping out people who, yes, I like getting paid. Let's face it. I really do like getting paid. And I love being my own boss. This has been fantastic fun to get out there and do it. But it's definitely a part of it is helping people. When we came home Sunday afternoon, I did do one order on Sunday afternoon. And my husband took me because we were headed to the store anyways. And he's like, just do it. So we took it over to this elderly lady who lives not too far from me. And it was so sweltering hot. And it just felt like a blessing. I mean, yeah, I made money. I made the delivery. But she was struggling in that heat, and to take her things that she needed that make it easier for her because she couldn't get to the store, that was fantastic. And that meant a lot to me. So yeah, so I'm still doing Instacart, and I have another one, but I haven't started that one yet. Haven't needed to. So I think for now, just still gonna stick with Instacart. They've been highly supportive. I have a few glitches, you know, there's as far as delivery area. but just trying to roll with it and keep things going. For now, it seems to be working out great. So we are getting, as I said, we're getting ready for a thunderstorm here. It's starting to cool off, thank goodness. So I wanted to give you all a heads up and let you know what's going on and to wish you all the best. So take care. Bye.